Hello everyone and welcome back to another YouTube video with this year's Money in the Bank just around the corner, taking place in Toronto, Ontario. Let's take a look at last year's Money in the Bank. It is for the World Heavyweight Championship. It is the visionary, the revolutionary, the World Heavyweight Champion at the time, Seth Freakin Rollins versus the Prince, Finn Balor of the Judgment Day. These two have quite the history with each other, and it only continued at Money in the Bank in London. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. All right, and here we go. The bell has rung. This bout is underway. It is the visionary Seth Freakin Rollins and the Prince, Finn Balor of the Judgment Day. Finn Balor has been waiting 6 years for this, but Rollins taking down Balor. Balor turning things around. This is going to be a slugfest. That is one thing for sure and for certain. These two want nothing more than to get their hands on each other, and more specifically, Finn Balor wants to get his hands on Seth Freakin Rollins. It was nearly 6 years ago back at SummerSlam to determine the inaugural Universal Champion. It was Seth Rollins. Oh, what a suicide dive! Seth Rollins with a suicide dive to Balor, but it was at SummerSlam 2017. It was Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, and it would be Balor who would get the best of Rollins and become the inaugural Universal Champion. But Seth Rollins injured Balor in that match with a buckle bomb that he usually does in the corner, but did that same style power bomb into the barricade, tearing Balor's shoulder, but Rollins exploding back with a clothesline right now. What a match so far. These two are really bringing the heat this match. Rollins grabbing the ears of Balor, sending him back into the ring. Balor got caught with a leg drop. Great offense from Seth. And now Balor with a boot to the midsection gets caught by Rollins. And Rollins gonna pick up Balor. Balor with the back elbows. Balor with a stomp. Rollins sidesteps. Rollins rolls over Balor. Went for a stomp. Balor gets out of harm's way. Rollins looking for a pedigree. Balor gonna sweep the legs. Stomp right on the chest of the champion. And Rollins took a lot of that. Rollins tried to block it the best he could, putting his arms in the way to block. Look, watch Rollins' arms to block the brunt of the force. But Rollins can only protect himself so much. You can see his ribs are taped up. Rollins not 100% heading into this match. Great drop toe hold from Balor. Now working on the spine of Rollins. Balor working on the spine of Rollins. This is a great strategy from Balor, who hooks the leg, goes to the cover, but not even a 1 count, if barely. Let's take a look at that shot to the midsection before that drop toe hold again. He hit Rollins right on the money. Right where the taped ribs are. I mean, when you have to tape your ribs up like that because of an injury, I mean, it leaves it open. It leaves it right open. It's like, hey, look at me. This is my weakness. Well, Balor's going to take full advantage of that. There's a reason Balor, the inaugural Universal Champion, former Intercontinental Champion. Balor looking to become the World Heavyweight Champion. Ever since that fateful night, that Raw after SummerSlam where he was forced to relinquish the title because of his torn labrum, Balor has not been able to reach the top of the mountain, and this could be his moment right here as he works on the spine of Rollins. Oh, what a kick to the ribs of Rollins. And Balor really laying it in. And Finn Balor mocking Seth Freakin Rollins. Rollins holding onto his injured midsection on the floor as Balor slowly goes after Rollins. What does Balor have in mind? Oh, and a kick to the ribs again, continuing to work on the injured midsection of the champion. This is a great strategy from Balor. Stomping away, knocking the wind. But you could see Rollins trying to keep his arms up to block most of it. But, I mean, you can only do so much. And Balor finds himself back in the ring, gets Rollins back in, driving Rollins into the corner. Shoulder first into the injured midsection of the champion. This is a great strategy from Balor, working on the midsection of Rollins. You know, not only does it injure the ribs, continuing to work on the weakness of your opponent, but that midsection, you're also knocking the wind out of your opponent in the process, because it's going to be harder to breathe like that spear to Rollins in the corner. This is what it means to Balor to really bring the fight to Rollins. He really wants to be at the top of the mountain again. He feels that Rollins stole everything from him. And Rollins discus clothesline out of the corner. This is exactly what Rollins needs, but he can't capitalize. But this is a perfect opportunity for Rollins to take this time to recover and get back up to his feet. This is a much needed time for Rollins to take every little second to recover. This was much needed separation. Who's going to take control of this match? Rollins and Balor both back up to their feet. This is for the World Heavyweight Championship. Over 18,000 plus fans here tonight in London for the World Heavyweight Championship match here at Money in the Bank. It's Rollins. It's Balor. Rollins in control with these forearms to the challenger. And time again, we've seen Rollins rise to the occasion. And Rollins in a lot of pain, but he's really in the driver's seat. Look at these Kawada kicks from Rollins. And boom, what a backbreaker to Balor. And boom, what a running knee. Almost a shining wizard. And Seth doesn't have enough in him to capitalize, to go for that cover. But what it does is it continues to give himself some time to recover. Every little second he has time away from Balor, it gives him some time to recover. But what it also does is it gives Balor some time to recover. So, you know, you kind of have to take it both ways in that situation. But Rollins has Balor right where he wants him. One thing, going to stop Balor, turns it into a roll-up for the cover. Balor thought he had him. Balor, oh, again to the spine, and then takes Rollins down, hooks the leg. Rollins kicks out at one. Rollins has a lot of fight left in him, and Balor, wide-eyed, can't believe that Rollins is kicked out at one. Rollins is fighting the pain. Talk about a warrior. He's a visionary. He is a revolutionary, and he is a fighting world champion. But Balor really bringing the fight to Seth Freakin Rollins right now. Rollins is not in a good way right now. Balor is really bringing it. And Rollins wants to make this world title the most prestigious title in the WWE. But Rollins back up to his feet. Gonna get caught with a sling blade by Balor. That could be the beginning of the end. Balor, smelling blood in the water, has Rollins right where he wants him, but gets caught with a super kick from the champion. And now Rollins has Balor up on his shoulders. And Rollins rather had Balor up on his shoulders for the power bomb. And Rollins has turned this thing around with a splash. Knees up by Balor. This is exactly what Balor needs. Shotgun drop kick sends Rollins into the corner. And now Rollins is exactly where Balor wants him. This could be Balor's moment. Is it Balor's night here in London? But Rollins gets back up to his feet. Gonna meet Seth at the top, but Rollins, gets dropped by Balor off the top. Balor has to capitalize quick. You don't want to waste any time here. Rollins in the drop zone. Rollins gets out of harm's way. Balor looking for that coup de grace. Went for the stomp. Balor sidestepped. Went for the roll-up. Rollins rolled over too much. Went for the kick. Balor countered. Goes to the cover. 2 count. discus forearm right on the money of Balor. The jaw kick to the midsection of Rollins, and an enziguri to Balor. Balor with a Pele kick, but gets caught by Rollins. And a pedigree! But Rollins in so much pain. Does Rollins have enough to make the cover? Does he have enough willpower? He gets the hand over. 1, 2. Oh, what Balor kicks out of 2. Seth barely had anything left to make that cover. Oh my. That's Damian Priest. He just won the Money in the Bank. Things just took a turn. This would be interesting. A plan B for the Judgment Day. It doesn't seem that Damian Priest is out here to help his buddy of the Judgment Day, Finn Balor. It seems he's got his own plans in mind. Damian Priest could cash it in right now. Balor going to take advantage of the distraction. Going to roll up Rollins to leave the champion. Leave as a champion, but no, Rollins kicks out. Super kick by Rollins. Seth Rollins, back when he cashed in, did the same thing that Priest is doing. Going to cash it in the middle of a match. Rollins did it on the grandest stage of them all, back at WrestleMania 31, 2015. It was Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar in the main event. And you can hear the fans chanting for Priest to cash it in. But Priest wisely not going to do so. At least from the looks of it right now. Going to wait patiently. Priest setting up a chair. Going to take a seat. This is smart. And now Balor taking advantage of Rollins, who was distracted staring at the new Mr. Money in the Bank. Oh, Rollins got sent midsection first into the corner of our announce desk. A coup de grace. This is exactly what Balor needs. To the injured ribs. The arrival of Damian Priest has really changed the momentum of this match. Another coup de grace to Rollins. And now Balor going to send Rollins back in the ring. And Balor has Rollins right where he wants him. Shotgun drop kick. This is it. This is Balor's moment. And one more for good measure. To be Damian Priest. What in the world is Priest doing? It seemed he was going to cash in. That one split second cost Balor. Because here comes a stomp from Rollins. Cover. And Rollins retains the World Heavyweight Championship. Rollins a little bit confused what he just saw. He leads as the champion, but he's got his eyes set on the new Mr. Money in the Bank, Damian Priest, who is dead focused on the champion who just defeated his fellow member, who just defeated Damian Priest's fellow member of the Judgment Day, Finn Balor. But the story is this. It seemed that Damian Priest moving forward when Balor was going for that coup de grace, that would have closed it all out. Perhaps that split second that Balor was distracted may have cost him everything, and it did. We're going to see how that one plays out between Damian Priest and Balor. Hopefully, the Judgment Day can clear things out on that. But nevertheless, Seth Freakin Rollins leaves Money in the Bank as still the World Heavyweight Champion. Everybody, and that was Seth Freakin Rollins and Finn Balor of the Judgment Day at Money in the Bank 2023. In the end, it seemed that Damian Priest was thinking about cashing in his newly won Money in the Bank he won earlier in the night. But that little bit of distraction where he seemed to have moved forward as Balor was going for that, what seemed to be the final coup de grace to put the nail in the coffin on Balor becoming the new world champion. Well, that split second distracted Balor. Balor went for the stomp. Rollins rolled out of harm's way. and Balor got caught with a stomp from Rollins, and Rollins would leave as still the World Heavyweight Champion. And with that being said, thank you all for tuning into today's video. Don't forget, follow me on all my socials, on Instagram at Hype the Commentator, Twitch at Hype the Commentator, TikTok at Hype the Commentator, right here on YouTube, subscribe at Hype the Commentator, and Hype Commentator on X. Thank you all for all the love and support, and I will see you all in the next one.